With the stroke of his pen, U.S. President Donald Trump takes another step towards pressuring Beijing over allegations of intellectual property theft. He's asking his top trade official, Robert Lighthizer, to examine whether Chinese policy warrants formal investigation.
Ambassador Lighthizer, you are empowered to consider all available options at your disposal. We will safeguard the copyrights, patents, trademarks, trade secrets, and other intellectual property that is so vital to our security and to our prosperity.
China requires many foreign companies doing business in China to create joint ventures and share their technology. That has long bothered those who don't want to lose their competitive edge. On the campaign trail, Trump promised to address the issue.
We are going to enforce all trade violations against any country that cheats. This includes stopping China's outrageous theft of intellectual property.
Beijing warns any unilateral penalties could lead to a trade war.
Trade measures taken by any member of the World Trade Organization should abide by the rules of the WTO. We have said repeatedly before that as China and the United States are increasingly interconnected with their interests closely entwined with each other, a trade war will get them nowhere, nor will it have a winner, but only leads to a lose-lose situation.
And trade experts are asking if Washington no longer uses the WTO to resolve trade disputes, will others do the same?
Does this even work in the current globalized economic supply chain that we have right now?
Sure. Well, we're going to test that theory with this case, I think. The WTO was supposed to replace tools like this, but there's a lot of gaps in the WTO. This is an administration that doesn't have a lot of patience.
The White House doesn't seem to have much patience either when it comes to resolving the Korean nuclear crisis. A U.S. official tells CGTN the White House plans to use a series of trade actions to pressure Beijing to cut off Pyongyang from resources it needs to continue its illegal nuclear and missile programs. And you'll remember that the announcement for that trade action was initially supposed to be the Friday before the United Nations Security Council vote levying additional sanctions against Pyongyang for its illegal missile and nuclear programs. Beijing, a part of that 15-0 unanimous vote at the United Nations. And there are those in the White House who do deny that there is any connection between what the White House is doing on trade with respect to China and what it's trying to do with China when it comes to the DPRK. Jessica Stone, CGTN, Washington.